It reminded me, Uguti, we once, when we were at Vibe, we once had a visit to Vibe FM by the late and the great Chilli M.
Yes.
And then he left us with a beautiful sound or sound bite, or should I call it a promo?
Basoba boy.
Goma. Shula.
Podcast, radio and stuff.
Welcome to Podcast Radio and Stuff. This is another wonderful episode. We welcome you. You know, as a person with radio, every time mengabe kufanele siqale i-podcast ngingifisa ukubingelela as if I'm on radio. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the show. 7 minutes after 6 on a beautiful Monday. But you know, with this, we can't really do that because we are not on radio, but we are doing a podcast and we are more free. You know, there is no hot clock to follow. So welcome. This is another beautiful episode that we have for you. And of course, I've got my brother, Untobeko.
100%. There's nothing you cannot do with podcast. There was a hot link, by the way. With podcast, Baba, you can do whatever that you want to do. So maybe that's how we should start the show. We should start the show with the radio links, eh?
With the radio link and the time.
Yes. Coming to you live from K-Cap.
Yeah, Guamash.
Well, not live. Well, recorded at K-Cap.
You just reminded me, Uguti, we once, when we were at Vibe, we once had a visit to Vibe FM by the late and the great Chilli M.
Yes.
And then he left us with a beautiful sound or sound bite, or should I call it a promo?
Basoba
boy.
Goma.
Shula. You know, so what a legend, eh?
A legend. Chilli M, absolute legend. I think that's one guy who did everything on radio. And he was successful. Controversial.
Very controversial and successful
figure.
You know, one of the things that I loved about Chilli M is that he could keep you glued to the radio until the end of his show. Lento sibiza ngokuthi a time spent listening.
Yes.
Which I think inakho kuleka kakhulu njengamanje kuma radio station. But I think because of the technology that is now available, it is easy to hop around. But to Chilli M, ungomunye wabasakazi, not him alone, bakhona abanye, who could keep you glued to radio until the end of his show.
I agree. And that is missing. Not everywhere, but you know, ulalela kancane bese uzothi ngishintshe ngizomunye. But Chilli M uzohlala umlaleli. Bakhona nabanye ama legends, nabanye abasase radio njengamanje, you know, who still do that. But I agree with you 100%.
I remember when he was joining Ukhozi FM. I remember his first show on Ukhozi FM. We were standing outside of here at K-Cap Simlalele Moto Sizwe Plus. That was his first show. Yo, what fire it was listening to him, because you know umuntu bengabe kade suka kwi Metro, you know, YFM and so on, you think ukuthi uzokwazi ukufika afithe lapha yana.
But why is that transition
smooth? I think he did very well.
Because if you remember even DJ Sbu, it was the exact same thing.
Yes. I listened to his first show.
Eyakwenza breakfast show Ukhozi FM, something that you wouldn't expect.
We just spoke about first shows, you know, ukhomba omunye umkhumbula uhlezi ulindele ufuna ukuzwa first show yakhe.
I think DJ Fresh in most cases, umangabe kade kishiwe moyeni for whatever reason. Umangabe sebuya, I remember ujoina in 947 ekade exoshiwe kwi Metro for saying Msuner. Can I say that? Or you'll take that out if I can't say it.
Yeah.
It was saying Msuner, and he was fired with Metro. Then he joined 947. I was really excited. I was looking forward to his first show.
I also remember when EP4 radio was changing to Kakasi FM. I was looking forward to listening to this new radio station that was being launched. Obviously, it was the same frequency was exchanged to Kakasi FM. And
I remember that excitement.
there is a time where kwakune autoplay, right?
Yes.
And kwakulibele kudlala ama promo that were, you know, keeping us in suspense ukuthi kuzokwenzakalani. And I already knew some of the people who were going to be on radio, but I remember the first show that I listened to, which was their breakfast show. I didn't have a car by then. Ngangibalalele my headset, a cell phone, and it was Alex Mtiane in the morning, and Alex and the crew, Mamko, and Pumlani Dube.
Yes,
you know. Exciting times, you know. So those are some of the first shows we have listened to.
Yeah. So I'm Debe Kuluse. Hello, everyone.
You're used to introducing yourself.
Thank you for watching. We're going to be together for the next couple of minutes, almost, you know, just over 30 minutes.
Well, this is what we do best.
Yes.
We can talk about radio for a line about something that has to do with radio.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
You know,
it's planned.
Yeah.
But those who know us better know it's not planned. So we are here to talk about radio because we love radio, and we know what you are also going to be engaging with us. You are going to be subscribing, and you are also going to be commenting about radio, the things that make you tick and make you excited about radio. And this is another day where we're just going to be talking about radio. And today, Skuluma.
Yeah, you know, so ukhuluma nge-radio ukuthi siyayithanda i-radio, and it's 2024, beginning of the year. Khona isikhathi esifikayo kwi-radio esi-excite wonke umuntu othanda i-radio, and leso sikhathi isikhathi sama-changes e-radio. So umuntu omlaleli, mina nawe suke si-excited ukubona ukuthi imaphi ama-changes azokwenzeka. Kodwa mhlambe umuntu okwi-industry owumsakazi, yes, yena usuke engajabule njengawe lapha ekhaya, nami noNtokozo se-excited ngama-changes, yena usuke ecabanga ukuthi ngabe ngizobuya yini
because again it's a bread and butter issue.
Yes, season elandelayo. So let's look at some of the radio shows maybe that we've enjoyed with season 2023, and that we hope will come back enyakeni 2024, or maybe if there's any that we hope it doesn't come back if there's any. So what are some of the things that we've enjoyed with radio in the year 2023? And you know, as we are having this engagement, Ntokozo, in the upcoming weeks, we'll bring some commentators who will also add their views
thoughts, yes.
On this. Ngoba mina nawe singakhuluma ngesithine sikuthandayo, asilaleli radio yonke. You know, we only have 24 hours in a day, like everybody.
Yes.
So there are so many radio stations that you can listen to, and so many shows that you can listen to. So ngesithinte yonke shows and wonke ama radio stations, but
we listen
to.
Yes.
So let's start with you, my good sir. Yipi show nje good 2023. I know that maybe in no particular order, or ongati for you has done well.
All right. For me, there's quite a few, okay? And obviously we will not be able to cover all of them today. And obviously we also want the viewers to also comment about their own shows. You know, it doesn't mean that they are the best.
Yes.
You know, there can be somebody who's watching now who can tell me about a show that's best again. You know,
so it's the shows that you enjoy.
Yeah, the shows that I spend time listening to. And I'll tell you, you know, I'll start locally because we are in Durban. I'll start with one of the biggest commercial radio stations that we have in our province, which is Ikakasi FM. Something interesting happened. Bengilandeli breakfast show yakhona.
Yes.
Go Felix Hlophe.
Yes.
I used to enjoy them. I love their chemistry. But then it was announced ukuthi Hlophe is being moved to a 9 to 12 show.
Yes.
And then Guza Minnie Ntuli.
Yes.
Okay. I was interested. Telling how is this going to go? Let me tell you something.
Had Minnie done radio before? Do you know when
Yes.
before she was already on radio? Was she on ECR?
ECR, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was on radio.
Because Minnie was my idols.
Yes.
I was a huge fan. I really loved her, my idols. Her singing voice is beautiful. So I started loving her work from there.
Yeah, but no, she was not new to radio.
Okay.
So she joined Felix. I must be honest. I gave her a chance. I've been listening, and I think they gelled very well. They gelled very well. And I think ezinye zezinto ezenziwa ama-radio stations ukuhambisana nesikhathi, I think kakasi likwenze kahle kakhulu, also taking advantage of ama-social media platforms.
Yeah.
There are a lot of clips, ama-videos abo sibabona behind the scenes, seeing how they are gelling together as a team. You know, I think logo kwenze nabantu abalalela that show yathi talk to them, you know, ukubona ukuthi okay, labantu banomoya ohlangene emoyeni on air baphinde babe off air, but they are also just a vibe together. You know, they are just a vibe. You know, sometimes mawuzothola omunye umsakazi there and then omunye here. It akumnandi, you know, but I give it to them. Yeah. So that is what I want to say. I give it to them, Minnie and Felix in the morning. I
agree. I listen to Minnie no Felix. I completely concur with you, and I love the fact that you mentioned the chemistry yabo on and off air. Because Nami, I always look at the videos that they post on social media, and it tells you that these are people that get each other and they enjoy each other's company. So they enjoy being around each other. That's the sense I'm getting. I might be wrong, but it looks like they enjoy what they are doing. So really well done to Minnie no Felix. And the show is relevant. It's a perfect fit for a breakfast show. It's informative and fun at the same time. So it's not it's everything that a breakfast show has to be. So yeah, they've done very well.
Yeah. So we look forward to ukuthi izokwenza njani ilithi kakasi, they've got talent, so we look forward to ukuthi i-management yakhona, especially laba badila ne-on air talent, ama-changes abo 2024. Are they keeping that team as is? Are they adding to that team? You know, I'm interested to see what is going on.
Should be very interesting. Be very interesting. So let me tell you about my show that I've enjoyed. Also in no particular order. Yeah. But this one I can say, safely say for me, it's the best breakfast show in South Africa right now. I say everything else that I'll say is in no particular order, but this one for me, that's Anele in the club on 947. Obviously 947 is Joburg based. We are in Durban, but you listen to it via an app, and I enjoy that breakfast show. So if I want to be entertained, I want fun. You know, I don't want to be working. I'm not listening to take notes in preparation for this podcast. I just want to listen for fun, for information. I enjoy Anele in the club. I think Anele is a big deal.
I agree with you.
Anele is a big deal, bro.
I agree with you. I listen to the show when I get a chance. Obviously, as you said, they are not available on the FM for people who are in KZN.
Yes.
They are available on the app. But the one thing that I love about Anele is also her ability to narrate a story.
Oh, she's a great storyteller.
She's a wonderful narrator when she is broadcasting. You know, we touched on this in our other episodes that radio is actually the theater of the mind. You know, you understand?
Yeah.
You know, umsakazi mengabe enza a forward throw of a song that is to come. You know, I'm just thinking about Silagwa Mashu of Duncan, you know. Yiphi ingoma ithandwa ka Duncan.
You see, now you're exposing us.
Right. But if I'm going to be playing you a song by Duncan, Wala Wamashu, I can simply say, I can tell you what the song that is up next. It's by a wonderful storyteller. He's a local boy, and he sings about things that are happening on the ground. You throw in an advert, then Duncan Scuva, So you are able to keep someone in suspense, and Anele is able to do that very well. Uyakwazi ukukwenza umlaleli lento ayichazayo until the end, because you want to hear how this story is going to end. So I just love Anele. I think she's just a perfect fit for the morning. I think she can make you sit in the car ungehli. She does
it all the time. She does that to me all the time. Actually, every time when I get into the office, Connie basement, and mangene basement because we app, so my data disconnects. So I will wait outside. I won't even enter the basement because I'm waiting for whatever that she's doing to finish. Then I can drive into a basement. I agree. Just about the storytelling. What I enjoy the most about Anele and the storytelling, every time when she's on leave or away, you're like, I cannot wait for Anele to come back because I know that she'll be coming back with stories.
Yeah.
And I always, I sometimes think, how is it possible that this one person, every time she's away, these crazy, funny things happen to her? Is she making up these stories? If she's making up these stories, she just needs to keep on making them up because they're great.
Yeah, they're great, and people are loving them.
I really enjoy Anele. I love breakfast. Anele and the club. We can go on and on and on about Anele and the club, because not only her, the entire team. She works with Frankie, who's brilliant, who provides great support to Anele as a co-host. Tembekile, reading the news. Tembekile is very feisty. Yeah. He throws in funny comments, and he's naughty. Tembekile is naughty, and then which you wouldn't expect from a newsreader.
Yeah.
And then there is Cindy Palute, who does sports. She's amazing. She's been with Prime Media for decades. I think more than 20 years, 30 years. I'm not sure how many years, but she's been with Prime Media for years. So she's very talented. Love it.
Yeah. So okay. So you chose a breakfast, and I also chose a breakfast show. Let me come back home.
Yeah.
Now this is my second one. I'm choosing this particular one, the midday show on Kakasi FM again with DJ Sonic and Khaya.
Yes.
Khaya, we were introduced to him by Joya Celebration. He used to sing with Joya Celebration.
Is that before Idols?
Before Idols.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was already with Joya Celebration. And then Idols is where he boomed.
Yes.
So we know him as a musician.
Boom, 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 boom. He sang that song.
Yeah. So he boomed in Idols. But then Khaya sibone esethola ithuba ke manje lokuba umsakazi, So not long ago he was doing not a breakfast, he was doing a gospel show on Metro.
That way it started.
Yeah, he was doing a breakfast show on Metro. And then he moved to Khaya FM.
Yes.
Then boom, we had the news that he's moving to Kakas.
And when he moved to Khaya FM, I read the story why he decided to move
to Khaya.
Okay. It's because it was not a gospel show. So they were offering him. Okay. He didn't want, this is what the story said, he didn't want to be branded as a gospel guy.
Yeah.
Because he already sings gospel.
All right.
And now he's on a gospel show. You see, Gululu ukuthi ayithole ese brandegile ese valeleke khona in le gospel, that he can't do anything else with radio.
You see, now and then he got an offer to join Kakasi.
Yes.
And I think let me not say because they're a team. Yes. They are doing exceptionally well as well as a team. Between 12 and 3 on Kakasi FM. So that's another change that I think it is a thumbs up for the team that is doing the lineup on Kakasi FM. I love it. I just love it. I think they are blending very, very well.
Yeah.
DJ Sonic as well as Khaya Mthethwa.
No, I agree. I listened to their show between 2 and 3 on Gagas. I think that the gents are doing quite well. And it's as if you wouldn't expect that combination to work.
A DJ and a pastor.
Yes, that's where I was going. Because hey, uhlanganisa DJ ohamba bumnandi ebusuku nomfundisi.
Yeah, by the way, Khaya is a pastor. I don't know whether you know. He's a pastor, like he pastors a church. So on most of the Sunday, he's standing in front of the church.
Yes.
Tina Sondaw sits in the pulpit. He's standing in the pulpit and preaching for most of the Sundays, you know. But the way he's able, you know, to transition himself and drive a show, I just love it.
Yeah, and I hope everyone that, I'm not saying Khaya uthole ithuba lokuba se-radio because of the name Khaya Mthethwa, but whoever gets that opportunity, because you know you've made a name on social media, you have a huge followership, and then bese uthole ithuba lokuba semoyeni, engathi umuntu angalithatha lelo thuba alisebenzise ngendlela, you know, akhombisa ukuthi it's not only because I have a name, but I also love radio. I'm passionate about what I'm doing. You can feel a passion Khaya mangabe present. He loves what he's doing. So yeah, big ups to the gents.
Yeah, the DJ and the pastor.
The DJ and the pastor.
So off air, you can just imagine the conversation. One is talking about what was happening in one of the hip and happening clubs of the city. One is talking about being in a meeting near Youth Yasenkonzweni.
Should be very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think another show that I'd just like to look at, something completely different from what we've been discussing, because we've been looking at commercial radio stations that play music. Bengizokuthinta lapha kwi-talk. Ngiyazi ukuthi mina nawe siya enjoy talk.
Yeah, I enjoy talk a lot. Yes.
Yeah. So one of the shows that I really hope comes back. There are a lot of shows that I enjoy on talk, but I hope they keep behind the headline with Aldrin Sampear. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, because people always pronounce Aldrin's name incorrectly. They call him Idrin. So I hope Aldrin Sampear comes back, and I'll tell you why. Aldrin is very calm when he presents, and in a show like his that is motive, where you interview politicians, that calmness becomes important. And his approach to issues, I enjoy. His line of questioning, I always feel like he's fair. He might take a view and a stand on issues, but he will also give the other side an opportunity to say their thoughts. Other presenters, you would pick up that they get agitated, and if ukuthi abavumelani nalento oyishoyo bese yakuphusha umuntu akuvalele khoneni. But I find Aldrin to be quite fair in his approach. So I really enjoy Behind the Headline.
Yeah, I've listened to his show from day one, and last year was not his first season on that show. It wasn't his first season.
It wasn't.
It was not his first season, and I think he's doing very well on that particular show as well. His line of questioning, his features on the show. You know, he took talk radio as serious as it is defined to be, and he was able to mix that element of it being serious
and fun,
and also having the fun part of it. You know, from the intro of the show, how he introduces his show, you know, there's that intro that takes place on the show, to the features that he has in between his show, you know, apart from the interviews that he have, to the involvement of listeners for the signing off, to the parting shots that he has towards the end of the show. You know, I just felt like this guy is just like, there's a listener who said that he's a breath of fresh air to talk radio. You know, ukuba young work, contribute like angenzi nje ishow engazi ukuthi ngilalela indaba yabo current affairs nje yabo kuzo interviewer ikhosathu la ku interviewe MK la ku interview ANC la and that's it, you know. But yena wenze I show yakwazi ukuthi as much as eba interviewer labantu kodwa futhi ibe nobumnandi.
Yes,
yeah,
you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
There is a feature that he has on Fridays,
yes,
at 5
yeah,
for the last hour, where he talks about light things. I can't remember what the feature is called, or it's titled, but he talks about light things. Like he would talk about your name, I'm making an example.
Yes, yes.
Something that you wouldn't expect from a
talk radio.
Talk radio, especially current affairs show, because his show
in the middle of the, or not in the middle of the day, but during the day.
During the day, where it's a current affairs show where you interview politicians, but he throws in these fun things, and the fact that he has this, he has a jingle. I tell about 4:10. Every day without fail, he plays that jingle. 4:10. Ga, 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 in the hour. You know, those things, they make the show. It's things that you wouldn't expect from a talk radio. So, yeah, no, well done to Aldrin. His future is quite exciting. He's quite young. Very excited about him. I think he's doing very well.
Yeah, he's doing very well. Here's another guy that I think he has a bright future in radio. I think he's just a powerhouse. Command Your Day. He's on Metro FM.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, Command Your Day. His name is Mhlongo. Yes. You know, I think you'd remember Mhlongo uqale ukwaziwa with radio when he was doing a gospel on Kakasi FM.
Yeah.
This is not where he started with radio, but in ngikhuluma ngokuthi uqale ukwaziwa when he was doing the gospel on Kakasi FM. That is after Usbubtelis left Kakasi FM.
Yes, for
cause.
Sure.
And he did exceptionally well on that particular gospel show. And you would find with most gospel events, Mhlongo would be part of them as a program director because he was the brand. Then he was given an opportunity, you know, nginikeza background to join Ukhozi as a gospel show presenter. He did very well in that particular show, but again, he was then given an opportunity to do 12 to 3. I think for many of us, because it's
something different.
Gospel show, we are brand and the guy went and he did very well, according to me. Hey?
He nailed it. Yeah.
The 12 to 3 show was lovely. It was lovely. Then politics happened on Ukhozi, and when politics happened, I remember Uguti, there were some issues with Jata, then they moved him to the drive. He went to do the drive.
What happened to Jata at the time? Did they take him off air? Or Bamisepsu, I think.
Yeah, I think Bamisepsu.
Bamisepsu ain't Jata,
Bamisepsu. Then they took him to the drive. Okay, this is my view. I think he did well with drive, but Bamisa with drive too early. That's my view. But he did well with drive, but kune trend or a precedent ebesisethiwe ukuthi umuntu owenza leya drive uyenze ngathi umi ngenyawo.
Yes.
You know, the hype and the pace.
Yes.
Fanele ibe kwi-level ethile.
Yes.
Now we are talking here about another powerhouse who goes to a show researchile and give you links and information. I don't know whether you remember whether wabailalela ini show ye jazz eyayenziwa uDT Ngwenya on Ukhozi.
Yep.
Owayezokutshela ukuthi le CD ikhishwe ngamuphi unyaka obani abadlala ama drum and all of that.
Yes.
Uyabona ukuthi akuvele back announce ingoma la. You are also giving some education, some information at the same time. Then Usia was also the same type of a presenter who's full of information. That is why I call him a powerhouse. His approach was
also like Ubheki Msane.
Yes. You know, the same as Ubheki Msane. You know, baningi esingababala who had that approach to presenting. Like his father is another
100%.
one. Full of information. But for the type of branding ebesiyenziwe,
drive your cause.
Drive. Yaqala manje shooting kubalaleli yangahambisana nabo ngoba manje asikho lesi speed lesi esisijwayele nesisifunayo. As a result, what happened. Metro took him.
So what happened? Kumuntu ongazi. Khona sibuka nje manje ekhaya ngazi what happened.
What happened is, what I do remember is that wavele wangaba nayo ishow kwathi usezokwenza i-podcast yakhona kuKhozi. They were starting a podcast.
I remember. Isakhona namanje.
Yes, I know. Usezoba ne-podcast, but he's no longer going to be having his own radio show.
Yes,
so he's still part of the team, but he's no longer going to be. Now remember, there are core businesses, radio broadcasting, according to me. So if you are no longer going to be part of the lineup of the core business, I'll say a scheme.
It's more like a demotion.
Yeah. Then Metro saw value in him. They took him to join Utami
Ngobese.
Yeah, on a Sunday morning. He did exceptionally well there. And there are times where he was sitting in for people like Tibo Touch with Drive.
Yes.
I don't know ukuthi kwakwenzakalani kwi-programs manager ne-team yakhe mengabe bebona ukuthi now ngazo ukuthi leli diamond esilidedelile laba sebeyalithunta and bayalisebenzisa again. And ngoba even now last year ngeke ngamuzwa kusiyajika lento ekhona kuma shows akhona kuKhozi. So but we are talking about Command Your Day. He's doing exceptionally well.
I love it.
Exceptionally well. And I think ukuthi that guy is a powerhouse. I don't have a right to advise anyone, but I think he is in the right place.
Yeah.
And he's doing exceptionally well. And I think from here, he can only grow.
Yeah. And the fact that now, because I think Selenzama changes last year, or when we see ungena ntambama uKhozini.
Yeah, so njengamanje shuthi is both on uKhozi and on Metro. Yes.
And that's big. That is big.
There are very few radio presenters who belong to two radio stations
at the
A1.
Same time, yes.
Yes, it's still within the SAPC. If I'm not mistaken, you'd correct me. I don't know Tami Ngobese nukuwaba khona kwi Radio 2000 and Metro at the same time.
At the same time. And the talk, ngathi benza talk ku Radio 2000 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Bese kuthi ku Metro and the gospel.
Yes.
But yeah, so coming back to Mhlongo, I think the guy is talent. He's everything that a radio presenter should be. And I completely agree with you. You know, mangabe unarrator history yakhe nendlela ebona ngayo angiphikisi kona konke okushilo. I think I agree with you. His future is bright, and you said he's at the right place on Metro. I would
not ngokwe show.
Yes,
location, radio station.
Yes. And also I would say he's at the right place if in Nagu Cozy FM. Then the choice is his.
Yes.
Or the choice ama programs managers. You know, ukuthi bazodecide ukumplace kanjani. But I suspect whoever is not gonna sleep on him will win. If go Metro decide elevator even more than they've given him now, maybe they give him a bigger show, maybe more hours. You know, they'll win. But I think Mhlongo is his radio. He does beautiful radio. I love his radio. It's the type of radio that I love. So yeah, that's me around Mhlongo. And mawuthi lapha ekhaya nawe owakho mhlambe umsakazi omthandayo noma ishow oyithandayo noma radio station oyithandayo asimentionanga na asimentionanga, you can go on the comment section, share your views and thoughts, tell us ukuthi imuphi lo msakazi esingakhulumanga ngaye. Maybe in our future episodes we'll come here and talk about them and mention some of your comments and views.
Yeah, but as we are still talking about this, something I figure engqondweni yami ukuthi there are also radio presenters and we must do justice to them who have been consistent with craft yabo, who are in the community radio sector.
100%.
They've been very consistent, and nomlaleli noma neviewer can share with us
ukuthi baphi
ukuthi yena umuphi umuntu consistent athi ayilo aniyeni imnike ithuba nimlalele.
Yeah.
But I think na nginabo mina abayi one or two that I can mention ngithi so and so ube consistent kakhulu and I love ukumlalela mangabe ngithola ithuba.
Yeah.
And nomuntu othanda ukulalela radio who's viewing right now, give that person a chance.
Yeah.
And one of them, I'll just give them to you right now, is within Nanda FM. He's doing it Drive Yakona currently. He has been doing a breakfast show. Seme.
Yes.
He is also a powerhouse.
He is.
He's in the community radio sector, but he does beautiful radio, sticks to the technicalities of radio. He does beautiful radio. He does a relevant show for the person who's listening to your radio. So I think kubalulekile sibe nefair, you know, because at the end of the day, when I'm driving a car, radio is radio.
Yeah.
Ukuthi kune PBS, kune commercial,
Kune community,
and lately sekunama online.
Yes.
But me now I'm listening to a broadcaster, you know.
So what you should get is quality. It does not matter.
Yeah.
Ukuthi iphi platform aphuma kuyona.
So the one guy, mina, that I think a person who listens to radio may funa ma options, especially mangabe around KZN we drive. Okumele ngabe uyamnikeza chances Seme. I think it does good radio.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I can't disagree with you on that one. Just to add, nami umsakazi mhlambe engicabanga community radio that I feel like has been very consistent. And when we say consistent, we're talking about someone that we believe is good, that takes their work serious,
yes,
that have been doing it for a very long time without even taking a break.
Yes.
So when I say taking a break, ngisho, you know, umuntu ongafani nami. You know, I started the radio back in 2009, and there are so many other breaks that I've taken.
That you took. Yeah.
Yes, because you're thinking there's a corporate job that one has. You need to take care of your family as well, and you're like, you know what? Let me focus here for now. And we always come back to radio because we love radio, so we will always come back to radio. But at some stage, you make a decision to say, you know what, I'm just gonna move on and do something else. Once my life is sorted, I'll come back on radio. But these guys have been at it without fail. For me, it's Msajero, Mbonambi, Msajero, who's with Izwi Lomzansi. He does early hour show on Izwi Lomzansi weekdays, and I think he's on radio also on Sundays. Brilliant guy. What a guy. What a guy. And he's been very, very consistent. I do believe that.
And I love the fact that Msajero is one of those guys who believes in what we call a radio voice. Uyamuzi voice yakhe. Control yayo. No. You know what I'm talking about. Uyayizi control yayo. Ukuthi okay, udila nomsakazi lo, wenza sure ukuthi voice yakhe ayinyakazi. And I remember kune conference engangikuyona ebingelela. Why said he, I think you can tell by the sound of my voice ukuthi I'm a radio presenter.
Oh, by the way, my mom loves Msajero.
Yeah.
My mom loves Msajero. If Msa and I were to have the show at the same time,
she will choose Msajero.
She will listen to Msajero any day.
There you go.
She really loves Msajero. That's how good that guy is. So, well done to Msajero. I think the guy has been very consistent, and he should just keep at it.
Yeah, there are many of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I'll just throw in another one. That is Stressless. He recently won an award.
Yes, I saw Radio Awards, MTN Radio Awards.
MTN Radio Awards. Where's the breakfast show? He's doing 100% talk. He's been consistent. Unesikhathi bekadenza Drive. Ukhona kweZolomzansi. Now he's doing the breakfast. Very consistent guy. Does his research. And, you know, for a person knowing very well ukuthi kunama resources are limited if you are within the community radio sector, but okwazi ukuthi ahlanganise a 3 hours talk show and the delivery yakhe ibe so good. I think uyadinga ukushayela ihlombe. He's doing very well and he's been very consistent at his craft. And if you are the kind of person who likes to engage more, I think is also worth a try.
Here's an option. And then I think let's wrap it up, Ntokozo, by looking at some of maybe presenters that, you know, are not necessarily shows, maybe some of the presenters that are in the commercial radio station, like Siya Mhlongo, we've mentioned Siya, ukuthi siyakholelwa ukuthi uyakholelwa nami ngiyakholelwa khona ukuthi, you know, angayenza ishow even prime time njengamanje kwi Metro or even nakulona ukhozi, whoever does not sleep on him. Is there any other presenter that you feel like anganiwa a bigger show than ayenza njengamanje based on their work?
Listen, I don't know where and how, but there is a lady that I must disclose this because she's a friend to me.
Okay.
By the name of Jacinta Ngobese.
Sure.
She's good. She's a personal friend, but she's good. I'm honestly saying there are bigger names ngokwe radio than her on Ivuma FM. She's doing 9 to 12 there, but I think right now she is the biggest that they have. Keep Robert Morawa, you know why?
Yes.
Robert Morawa uzwakala kuma stations amaningi.
Yeah.
Akekho kuivuma kuphela. So ukhona kwi-Rise, ukhona kuivuma, and I'm not sure which other stations, but akazwakali kuivuma kuphela, ne-947, yes. So akazwakali kuivuma kuphela, but masikhuluma ngalaba abazwakala ku-103.0. I think uJacinta uyena unedumela elikhulu.
Even big followership on social media.
I think she deserves a bigger platform, but obviously, I'm not sure where. You know, Cozy, Metro.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she does now deserves to go to a bigger platform. Sibone ukuthi yini angayenza.
Yeah.
Bengathola a bigger platform.
Because currently, obviously, Jacinta sekoba kwikakasi,
with breakfast show, by the way.
Breakfast show with woman njengamanje.
Yes.
And she's doing. I agree. She's doing exceptionally well. You're saying it would be great if it's South Africa.
Ingezwa. Yeah. So that is what I'm saying. If South Africa ingezwa kuleyo season ke, and then ke my Sizwe South Africa ke decide South Africa, yeah, you understand.
See, the KZN is happy.
Si happy ngomsebenzi esubona.
And the nice thing with Jacinta is that you and I worked with Jacinta for years,
yes.
and we know that she loves radio.
Yeah. She loves radio.
With campus, I think KZN.
She loves radio. I don't think she thinks of anything else.
Yes. And then we vibe FM, and she went to Inanda. Then she joined the Gagas. So she's passionate about radio. It's not something that she does because there's nothing else that she can do. She loves it. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. For me, another person, and PT, because you mentioned and you said Jassy is your personal friend, and this person is also my friend, and who's your friend as well. Not necessarily that we are pushing our friends, but if we are push right in about push over. Exactly. And Sizwe Sibisi, very good friend of ours, who's doing 10 to 1 on Gagasi Fridays and Saturdays, weekends with Sizwe Sibisi. Big show.
He is doing
show.
Wonders. I just had a chance to listen to him over the festive season.
And the drive.
Ubenzi Drive.
Weekdays.
Exceptionally well delivered show. What a passion. What a passionate presenter. He's been around in radio. He started a Vibe Wayenza show ya Sunday night.
Yeah, chats. He was doing a chat.
Every Sunday night, wayengena 6.
Yeah.
Wayesayibiza ngo-Pride at that particular time. And wafika nento ehlukile on a Sunday lapho khona wonke ama radio stations edlala slow jam, if I may call it a slow jam, and R&B. Wafike wadlala umculo ohlukile, and he gained a lot of followers for the type of music that he was playing. Wayenza i top 20, if I'm not mistaken, or top 30 on a Sunday evening. And then from there ngingabhala incwadi ngaye. He's been with Red Cap, he's been with DYR, you know, and finally he got his opportunity to be on Gagasi FM. And you can tell when somebody who's ready is given an opportunity. You can tell.
No.
You can tell.
100%.
You can tell mangabe ithuba linikeza umuntu obeready.
Yes.
You see, there is nothing that is more painful than ukuthi ithuba lihlangane nomuntu who's not ready. You understand? But there's everything nice when an opportunity meets somebody who's ready. And in his particular case, the opportunity hlangane nomuntu already. And I hope what his bosses can see that.
No, he's nailing it. I think if you look at feedback on social media when Sizwe is on air, that you get, if on his posts on Gagasi's pages, if you look at comments, the abalaleli, communication, his engagement with abalaleli, they are really enjoying his show. And there was an article that came out on Isolezwe, I believe,
yes, it was article to the editor.
To the editor, yes. Ibhalomlaleli encoma umsebenzi wakhe njengoba ebekwi-drive.
Yes, I read the article.
So he's for me, he's doing very well on the show that he's currently hosting. But when he was on drive, it just made me feel like, aye man, bapati. But you know what? Sizwe is his future is bright on radio. It's
very
bright. He can continue on the shows that he has, but I think if he's given more responsibility, he would still nail it. I think he's great. Yes, he executes. That's the perfect way. He executes, and he cares, and he understands the technicalities of radio. So you when you listen to him presenting, he knows what he can and cannot do, and he minds those things. It's not like he takes his work serious. So yeah.
Wow.
Anything else? Anybody else you want to talk about?
Yeah. I want us to touch a bit. You know, Mzokoloko, ne?
Oh yes.
Mzokoloko moved from Gagasi FM. He was doing a breakfast. He was moved to Kozi FM to do a drive. And I think mina umzo kwenzeka into efanayo nalesi esayisho ekuqaleni engeke ngisayiphinda kasi Mhlongo.
Yes.
He's a talented presenter with the talent. But labantu azobasakazela into abayilindele kuyena akazokwazi ukuyideliver. Ipace.
Can I ask a question on that one? Umzo angithi ukhoza benza i-breakfast.
Drive.
When's it drive?
Yes,
when's it drive?
Yes,
Okay. No, you're right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
When's it drive?
Okay.
So he did it drive, but I feel ukuthi it tone the precedent that has been set for that particular show. Yes. Finally, kube ngazokuthi siyabaleka mfana.
Umandla Malakwane, Linda Sampear came after Mandla Malakwane. Yes, you know Mr. Magic. So you need to have that power. Mandla Malakwane, ga Linda Sampear. And if we present efana no Mzo
326 says amasha mntane sekhaya zaka.
Yes, no Mhlongo. Even no like his father, because kumusu like uke wayenza I drive kwi Gagasi. My Puma go 12-3 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the same thing. It's not what Abalaleli Bokosi expects. Abalaleli Bokosi expects fireworks, good 3 to 6, not content, not research. They expect content and research, but that is accompanied by fireworks.
Yes. He's doing the breakfast now on Vuma FM. And I think he's doing well. I've been listening to him, listening to the engagement that he's having with his team, the engagements that he's having with abalaleli, the ama-topics abo, indlela bawaphonsa ngawo kubalaleli, nabalaleli babo indlela ba-responda ngayo. I still feel ukuthi kwi-breakfast yakhe kwi-Gagasi, he was there.
Yes.
But now he's no longer there. maybe I'm not sure. Maybe it's the team, maybe it's the radio station, and the format agiyona. But I think ukuthi usazokwazi ukuthi asebenzele ukubuyela lapha.
Yeah, because he's very talented.
But he's a very talented presenter, very creative.
But you know,
with features, odmawalalela. Yes. Yeah. Very, very creative.
When we were explaining the breakfast show, Felix, yes. It's a proper breakfast show, a wholesome breakfast show with a little bit of seriousness, a little bit of fun. It's the same thing with Mzo. I do listen to Mzo. Yes, absolutely love Mzo. Absolutely love his style of presenting. And you said you're not sure, Uguti, what changed in terms of, you said he was there and now, he can get there. I want to ask, is it not because maybe of listenership? Because we know Uguti Igagasi, I believe, has more numbers in terms of Abalaleli than Ivuma FM. Yes. Could that be the reason maybe? That he doesn't get the same feedback because the numbers are lower this side and they are bigger that side? Or that shouldn't be the reason?
Yeah, as I say, every radio station has its own format.
Yeah.
So I think the format hlambe inawo umthelela that is given to him in terms of what is expected from him when he is preparing and in terms of his delivery ekufanele izwakale mengabe se deliver. So I do think ukuthi inawo umthelela because you take a radio presenter ngiyaxolisa ukujumpela to another presenter. You take another presenter like Lekomotion was a powerhouse on Kakasi FM when he did 9 to 12 and then he moved to Metro. He did 12 to 3 on Metro. Yeah. I'm not sure after 12 to 3 when's I show. I think when's I Saturday breakfast or something. Then he moved back to KZN to be with Ivuma. But he's doing well on Ivuma.
Yeah, I was actually listening to his show yesterday.
He's doing very well. He does beautiful radio.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
Does beautiful radio.
Yeah.
Kodwa kunedumela yenalo.
Yes.
Esathi esangena ku9 to 12 kwikagasi.
I think I get it.
I
think I get it.
So kunento engakwazi ukuyi-articulate. Ukuthi ngisho ukuthini.
Nasi sibonelo. I-actress noma i-actor. Let's take the actress, uKarabo. Maybe it's uKarabo, you know who I'm talking about.
Exactly.
So it's the exact same thing.
Ukhuluma ngoKhoni Ferguson.
Yes.
Kodwa mombiza ngoKarabo, I know who you are talking about.
But you say yes, waba with the queen nangisazi uthwala ubani.
Into emenze waba upowerhouse is uKarabo.
So it's the exact same thing. I think because of his show Mzo ayenza kwigagasi. Khona izinto esingakwazi ukuyikhipha engqondweni. It's the same thing with Lekomotion when he was on igagasi and even 12 to 3 on Metro. There are things that you're like, I remember this about that person. So I think that's where there's a difference. Ukuthi khona ishow athi umuntu mangabe yenza like his fat ends up 9 to 12 on Saturdays.
Exactly.
That was the best show. Abantwana bagezi tende manje bahlala lapha bangakadli.
I don't think there is another chart show after him on Ukhozi FM in particular ekwaze ukufika kule level kalakhe Sifat.
Oh, that show was hot.
Exactly. Now kubantu who have been following and loving radio throughout the years mengabe becabanga ulakhe Sifatha ingqondo yabili belihleli la.
Abanye mhlambe ke omunye mhlambe omthande later uzocabanga yini ivuka breakfast show. Was it Vuka breakfast show with Sibonga Mngadi? Ayithatha over after Alex ehambile abanye bamthande lapho mhlambe omncanyana nginathi. But I agree with you. Abantu abakhulile abalingana nathi mhlambe or older, they will always remember like Sifata or lona wayenza ibahla abantwana bagezile. Ntokozo, we've had a great discussion around radio.
One.
Sorry?
a heated one.
A heated one, yes, around changes. As the radio noma izinto esiyenjoyile thina kwi radio ngo-2023 esifisa ukuthi iqhubeke ngo-2024. I think it's time for us to go, but before we do that asikhumbuze lapha ekhaya ukuthi makuthi nawe unombono lokhu ekade sikhuluma ngakho noma khona umuntu omthandayo singammentionanga khona ishow enjoyayo esingazange simention, please go on our comment section ufike nje ushiyo wakho umbono usho ukuthi wena ngabe ubona ukuthi ubani owenza kahle noma ubona ukuthi ubani ongenzi kahle makuthi khona ubona ngathi akenzi kahle. Would love to hear your views and thoughts, and we'll come back and share some of those views and thoughts in our next episode.
Yeah, no, in fact remember ukuthi you and I njengoba you subscribe and you are a viewer of this sihlanganiswe into ezo2, we love radio. And we also just love engaging, because we'll be engaging about radio and other topics.
We love radio and stuff.
And so, Tina, we throw to you what makes us tick. Now when you throw to us back, what also makes you tick. And we start to talk about those things. So, Tina, we have touched on the shows that we are not saying are the best, but the shows that we have picked, that we have been enjoying. So now, or enjoy, because these are not radio experts, but these are people who love radio. So they have comments and views and things that we can talk about when it comes to radio. So now it's ukuthi uyayithanda radio and amanye ama-topic esazwadiscussa outside of radio. So just comment, share your views with us when it comes to lokho esikhulume ngako namhlanje. All our lovely radio presenters that we love, who have been keeping us entertained for the year 2023-2024.
100%, and that brings us to an end of yet another episode of Podcast Radio and Stuff. Let's do it again next time. We out.
Thank you.